Hi there, folks. Thank you for coming today. As we start the service, we just like, let's go. Father, as we have this service today in remembrance of Jackie, we just know that she's in our hearts and our minds and in our thoughts. Just as we remember her today, Father, we just there may be times of laughter and there may be times of tears. We just thank you that you comfort us and be with us, all those here today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Lexi, Jackie's cousin. But we're really more like sisters, or sisters, like she would say. I'd like to start by thanking all of you for attending tonight to celebrate Jackie's life. It means so much to us, and I'm sure Jackie is watching with a smile on her face and a drink in her hand, toasting us all, saying, Diborgia! Jackie was born on August 1st, 1967 in Winnipeg and passed away last month on the 9th of July in Montreal, Quebec, 23 days before her 55th birthday. She was predeceased by her brother Brent in 2011 and her mother Emily Moore in 2012. Numerous aunts, uncles, grandparents also predeceased Jackie over the years. Auntie Jackal was a beloved aunt to all of her nieces and nephews. She leaves to mourn her former partner, dear friend and supporter, Arad. She also leaves to mourn her father, Wilfred Hanchar, and two brothers, Billy, Lizo, and Bruce, Lulu, sister Susie, and four brothers, Dennis, Peter, Christopher, and Terry. Jackie would never distinguish the difference between siblings and blood siblings, as they were all her brothers and sisters, period. It's often said that cousins can often grow so close that they feel more like siblings than cousins. That is a perfect description of mine and Jackie's relationship. Throughout our childhood, teens, and early 20s, we spent a lot of time together, and naturally our relationship strengthened. After high school, we lived together for 2 months while apartment saving for family. We worked together at Lions Manor in downtown Winnipeg in the coffee shop, and after work was done, we bar hopped and stayed up till the wee hours of the morning talking and laughing. These were good times for us as we developed a closer bond more than ever before. Jackie graduated from Tech in Winnipeg from the commercial cooking program. It was here that her true passion for cooking really developed. She had a genuine enthusiasm for cooking and baking. Throughout her life, she was known to cook for others, always offering her creations to others less fortunate than herself. It seemed to me that she and her husband were always competing to see who could make the best culinary creations. All I do know is she's a pretty damn good cook and baker, and all without recipes. She often posted her yummy dishes on Facebook for others to drool over. While living in Montreal, Jackie graduated with a cosmetology certificate and enjoyed the knowledge and skills she had learned. She often helped local seniors with cleaning and errands and generally provided companionship. Unfortunately, Jackie had many health issues which prevented her from pursuing any full-time specific career. In the past few years, she would pick up shifts at a local care home where she would assist residents with personal care. She loved this type of work, and I believe she would have made a great nurse. Jackie was a vibrant and happy individual despite all the adversities thrown her way. She was so very passionate about the people she loved, and this could be felt by her caring disposition and actions. She always sent cards for special occasions, and with her limited budget, often sent small gifts. She also loved receiving and was so appreciative and grateful when she received them. Hockey. Jackie loved all kinds of sports, but especially hockey. Her favorite team was the Montreal Canadiens, but running a very close second was the Winnipeg Jets. She owned all kinds of sports gear, jerseys, hats that she'd wear during the games. Every time we spoke, she tried to engage me about the status of both teams, but not being a sports fan, I had little to offer. She always tried to convert me to a sports fan despite my lack of interest. Persistence was one of her strong suits for sure. Jackie also took so much joy in caring for her neighborhood animal friends. She regularly fed the birds and squirrels and frequented the large tree outside her balcony. One of her favorite critters was Buddy, the squirrel, who seemed to enjoy the peanuts she fed him. Mort, the sparrow, also tugged at her heartstrings, but unfortunately met a premature death, which really saddened her. I'm not sure how she could differentiate the many creatures living in that tree to give them names. I enjoyed watching countless videos she recorded while she spoke lovingly to them. Another buddy she was attached to was Beavos. Beavos was a stuffed beaver that she carried around constantly, and she had great pleasure showing him off. I found countless pictures of Beavos on the TV, on the bed, in the bathtub, with other of his stuffy friends, and of course with Jackie. She had even taken photos of Beavos with Laurel while he slept unknowingly. From time to time, she would leave him to pass in peace by setting him on a shelf. Now he resides with her niece Eva in Montreal. Jackie loved children immensely, and they most definitely loved her right back. She helped many moms over the years with childcare and other types of support whenever she could. She really did have a very strong and natural maternal instinct despite having no children of her own. As much as Jackie loved cooking, music, sports, and family friend time, she valued her moments of solitude where she could just be with herself. My sister had many sayings that she incorporated into her general conversations. These included Lala, Tabernak, Suchka, Wanna come on in, and most not forgotten, Kitty, Chrissy. Many of you here tonight may recognize these, and if there are others, I'd love to hear some of them later. After her passing, I was going through Jackie's belongings and discovered that she hosted her own late-night radio talk show. Actually, she would record herself while listening to music and would dedicate songs to her friends and family. She had an amazing memory for details, as this was apparent when she would call out a person's name and explain why the song was significant to them. I'm not sure if these recordings were ever sent out, but I had great pleasure watching and listening to them. Hats, or chapeaux, as Jackie would say. She really, really loved hats. She never seemed to go anywhere without one of her famous chapeaux placed securely on her head. If you haven't yet had a chance to do so, take a look at the photo boards where you can see a sample of her hat clutch. Jackie had a strong belief in God and an enduring faith that when she left this earth, she would be reunited with her loved ones in heaven. I truly think that this belief helped sustain her when she went through deep depression following the death of her mother and brother. The song Dancing in the Sky, which you'll hear in the upcoming video, also helped her grieve and move past her loss. During her last visit to Winnipeg, she'd sing this song with such enthusiasm, but also sadness. Speaking of music, Jackie possessed an extensive knowledge and love of classic rock and country music, and she freely shared her strong opinions, good or bad, of various music artists. Aral and Jackie went to many concerts together: Metallica, Iron Maiden, Whitesnake. These are a few that come to mind, but there are many, many, many more. Jackie and Aral's newest musical band of interest was Greta Van Fleet, and they actually had tickets for the concert for the Thursday after she passed away. Aral was too grief-stricken to attend on his own and tells me he will not be attending anymore for now, because that was his and Jacko's special thing to do together. Over the years, Jackie spoke to me numerous times about her death. She had said, "I want you to take care of my business when I die." I thought about this often, and and how I would go about it. On this morning of Sunday, July the 10th, while waiting to board my flight from Winnipeg to Montreal, envisioning an adventurous filled visit with my sister, I was not prepared to receive the news that Jackie had passed away. I simply could not believe she was gone. What I did know for sure, though, was that I was going to Montreal, and I was going to do as she had requested of me. We still don't know what caused her to leave us, but I take some small comfort in the knowledge she was found in her usual sleeping position and appeared to go peacefully. For that I am so grateful. The world is a sadder place without Jackie in our lives. She suffered so much, but she is now at peace wrapped in her mother's arms. She has touched us all in so many different ways and during different stages of our lives. I'd like to share this poem with you. If I should go tomorrow, it would never be goodbye, for I have left my heart with you, so don't you ever cry. The love that's deep within me shall reach you from the stars. You'll feel it from the heavens, and it will heal the scars. I ask you all that you take this evening to share your memories of Jackie and each other. But first let's make a toast to my sister. Please raise your glasses, coffee cup, or just your hand. Here's to Jackie.
To Jackie. The Borgia.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived.
Who remembers that
Since
song?
you
That video. Yo hablo español.
How good does it feel getting outside this summer?
What a nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Enjoy gut nuts. Mounds don't. Anybody need a jingle? Talk to Jocko Jinglet. Okay, gotta go. Gotta go.
We understand now.
Okay, folks, have a good evening and happy Friday. Don't get too tipsy. Okay, love you, bye, ciao. Anyway, no worries. God's on my side, that's all I care. Namaste. Hey, Lola. That's a good one, bling bling. Take it easy. Love you all. Bye.
Since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven?
At this time, we're going to do a video of a realm.
Hi, Jocko. It's me, your husband. Rest in peace, my love, wherever you are. So, I miss you so much. I miss you. Always love you, my baby. I feel sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have been there and checked on you more often, but I don't know what happened. I thought I should give you. Last time when I talked to you, you wanted to stop by and you say you don't want to me to go there, so I gave you some space, and I respect you and I give you some space. That's why I didn't come. But no, I feel a little bit guilty because I should go and check on you more often. When I go and check on you, it was a little bit too late, and I miss you so much. I always think about you, and my life won't be the same without you. I don't have anybody to go to the concerts with. I have concert tickets for this month. There was a surprise for your birthday, you know. No, I don't have nobody to go with. I already missed one concert because I didn't feel like going without you, and I don't care about the concerts no more, no. But wish you were there so we could go together. Always love that. You're my companion for so long, and now you gone. I feel so lonely. Okay, anyway, so rest in peace wherever you are. I guess, I don't know. If it's better that on the other side, maybe you don't have to struggle so much, like you struggle all your life. I misjudge you. I see I thought there's something wrong, but I just realized you were just too tired to this world, and I guess you just wanted to go to sleep. And usually when you're feeling sick and you're calling the 911, the ambulance, to bring you to the hospital, but this time I guess you were too tired to even call the ambulance. Maybe, I don't know. I thought you figured out you're gonna go to sleep it over, and you get up the next day and you're gonna continue living, but something went wrong, and I don't know exactly what went wrong. Nobody wants to tell us. Maybe later on, these doctors and whatever they did the autopsy on you. They were gonna send a letter and tell exactly what happened, but I think it was so much stress on you, and I should have tell you, and I don't know, because of that apartment and those people, they want to leave you alone. I think that was the reason. You just were too tired and too emotional and stressed and emotional together, and you had just give up, and I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore, baby. I just miss you. You are in a better place now, but I think it was better if you were here. So anyway, rest in peace, my love. I always miss you. I always think about you. Okay? Take care. Bye now.
Hello, I'm Dennis Hanchar, and commonly when people pass away, the pastors, the priests, the reader of obituaries say it's a common belief that now they're gone to heaven, and now they're happy, and they're looking down on us, and they're happy in heaven. However, it would surprise you to know that that's not what the Bible teaches. From Jesus' perspective, death is like a sleep until he comes and resurrects the person. For instance, when Lazarus died in the Bible, Jesus waited 4 days and then said to his apostles, well, I have to go wake Lazarus. Well, how come? If he's asleep, he'll get well, the apostles said. So Jesus said to them clearly, Lazarus has died. He had waited 4 days because back then the idea was that the soul could come back into the person's body if within 3 days. So that's why Jesus waited the 4 days. So from Jesus' perspective, again, he sees it as a sleep. So today I want to read from the King James Bible, 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13 and on, the coming of the Lord. But we would not have you be ignorant, brethren, concerning those who are asleep, that you may not grieve as others do, who have no hope. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. For this we declare to you by the word of the Lord, that we who are alive, who are left until the coming of the Lord, shall not precede them, those who have fallen asleep. For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a cry of command, from the archangel's call, and with the sound of the trumpet of God, ta-ta-da-ta-da, and the dead in Christ will rise first. Then we who are left alive shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so we shall always be with the Lord. Therefore, comfort one another with these words. As my son has said to me, my son Julio, he says, Dad, we crossed the line together. God is fair that way. So this reading was for you, my sister Jaco, who was always full of life and happiness and had lots of friends to visit with her. And even myself. And for the cakes and stuff she used to cook. I thank you for your friendship. And I wish you a good sleep until we meet again. It's my hope. Myself and you and my family together. And we will meet the Lord in the air. Bye. Till then, my sister Jaco.
Would anybody like to come and share a memory or a story from your time with Jackie? Anything? Anybody?
Couple nicknames that she referred to herself as that always made me chuckle. Crazy Auntie Jackie and Wacko Auntie Jackie. She was such a bright light in this world, so full of life, always cracking jokes and laughing hysterically at her own jokes. Her laugh was contagious and would make you laugh even if you'd already heard the joke before. She made everyone feel loved and adored. She knew just how to make you smile and laugh and to turn any rough day into a happy one. She was like the female version of my dad and a spitting image of my grandma Emily. I saw both my dad and my grandma so much in her, and talking to her made me feel closer to them after they passed away. She would sound just like the both of them. She would sometimes talk loudly and laugh like my dad, and then speak softly like my grandma. She would say the same things that they said, and it was so magical to feel like we were still living through her and us. This is a poem called You Were More Than My Aunt. Ants have no wands or wings, so they work with wisdom, love, and things. Having taken on this role, you loved me right down to my soul. You offered kindness and greetings with a hug and a kiss, each breathing out of love, which I will miss. I chose a twinkling star in the sky at night to say a prayer for you, to its bright light. You're in God's heavens now and no longer in pain. In my thoughts, you'll always remain. How lucky I was, how blessed I've been. You are more than my aunt, you are also my friend. Our love will never end. Auntie Jackie, I will miss your energy and laughter so much. I will hold you in my heart forever. May God bless you and keep you safe in heaven until we're reunited in Jesus' kingdom. I love you more. Rest in peace.
To my Jacko, The stars that burn the brightest are known to live the shortest lives. Jacqueline's life resembles this stellar phenomenon, as she was at times warm and loving, and at other times very chaotic. It's no doubt that she loved her family. She would always talk about them, whether she was living in Montreal or visiting family in Winnipeg. However, I think both sides of our families can agree she drove us absolutely bonkers. Thinking about her, I can remember countless moments where her silly charm, wit, and rock and roll spirit would light up any room. Times she would fervently care for us by sharing her hospitality, including gifts, food, snacks, or just cold drinks. It was also with this charm that she found her husband, Orella Freem, whom she loved dearly for many years. A husband she proudly attended lively concerts with, in addition to equally as many calm fishing trips. Jacqueline also touched the many lives of her friends, whether they had just met or had been old-time pals. She treated them all equally with friendliness and kindness. I remember well how she embodied this care as a dedicated orderly when she was healthy to work. Despite her health problems, she always seemed happy to be working and would talk fondly of some of the patients she befriended. And so these are the many reasons why it is with great sadness and shock that I learned she left us quietly on July 9th, an act so unlike the energetic auntie I know. I always knew and expected her to be a fighter, but I guess this was her moment to find her peace. Her stellar brightness, love, and warmth will forever live in our collective memories. And I'll always remember her devious wit. I love you very enough, my Jacko. Rock on. Your bugger forever. Eva.
At this time, we're going to do 2 readings on video from Gloria and Julia.
I will be reading from Psalm 23 in the Old Testament. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
For I know that my Redeemer lives, and he shall stand at last on the earth. Proverbs 19:25. His knowledge of the Lord should serve as a reminder to every believer, bringing hope even in the midst of our greatest trials. Job knew the Redeemer. He knew the Lord.
Do a recorded song for Gloria.
There's a land that's filled with the day, and by faith we can see afar, for the Father of all has way. shall sing on that beautiful shore. The memories of the songs of the blessed, and our spirits shall soar on the Lord. None as tired of the blessings are rest in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on the beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on the beautiful shore. To our bountiful Father above, we will offer a tribute of praise, for the glory is the gift of His love, and the blessings are hallow our days. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on the beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on the beautiful shore.
I've been doing funerals for 35 years. And Lexi, you did a wonderful job with the help of this young lady, I think, putting this all together. This is what funerals are about the person who passed and the memories thereof. This was an amazing tribute to Jacko, as people have been calling her. And you know, as I listened to the video tributes and the things that people said in them, and just the closeness that she had. And I'm so touched by the things that people said. And as I always listen to video tributes, there's always something that I catch in these tributes that really, really touch the heart of what the person, who she was. But what I caught in this tribute was from her husband. And what he said was she was stressed. She was worried and she was stressed. And I caught that because here's our life on earth. Worry and stress. But here's what God says. Don't worry about tomorrow. It will take care of itself. And I just thought, wow, you know, what a way to symbolize her life. Don't worry about tomorrow, God said. It will take care of itself. And that's what I got when I heard her talking about what she went through and what her life was. And we all live that way. We all live worrying about tomorrow because that's how we live. But, you know, I was told many years ago, tomorrow never comes. I'll see you tomorrow, or we'll do it tomorrow, or I'll get it done tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. I mean, because then the next day comes and tomorrow's the next day, and tomorrow goes on, and it never comes. And so I just wanted to have a short little sharing of just the heart of Jackie and just what I heard and the heartfelt messages put together just to share her life. And as she was young, and I always thought when I was 15 that 25 was old. And then when I got to 30, I thought 40 was old. And now I'm almost 60 and I think, hey, 70 is not even old. You know, and so we don't know our tomorrow. But like her brother Dennis said, we will see each other in heaven. And that's the hope of glory, is that one day we will see each other there. And Jackie's just made it there before us, in that our faith and our hope is that we will see her again on the other side. And so just want to encourage you with that. And I always like to close services with this poem. And I read it about 4 years ago. And I read it at every funeral I do now, because it's so fitting to everybody's life. And it's so fitting to Jackie's life right now. And it's called The Dash. And it says, I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstones from the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstones from the beginning to the end. He noticed that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following dates with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For the dash represents all of the time they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend that dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. To be less quick to anger and show appreciation more. And love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. We treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. When your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say and how you spent your dash? I just find that the most amazing life trilogy of everybody and how Jackie spent her dash. And only the memories in your heart will remember that dash of hers. And I know many times that many people say that time heals all wounds. And I've learned many times over these years that that's a kind of a fable, because time doesn't heal the wound of a loss. What it is that we live life and we think of that person from time to time, and we'll sit down and we'll think of Jackie and her life. But the time that never heals the wound is because we just live life and we try and work around that wound because we never really get to heal. We just get to remember. And that's what today was, a memory of Jackie. So as we close here, I'm just going to have a quick prayer. Then there's some snacks in that. There's drinks if you like. And just a time of fellowship and gathering together to remember Jackie. Let's close. Father, as we remember Jackie's life, as the things that were shared and the memories and the songs and the videos, they were so amazing, and they were such a great tribute to her. And as the days ahead, when they sit down and to remember her, Father, sometimes there will be tears. Wrap your arms of love around these people as they remember.